Hey, what's going on, working class hustlers? La Machine out here real quick. I'm not going to be out here that long, but I wanted to talk to you about what you can do to increase your profits. You know, we're trying to get to the bag, and you know what? That's that's a big deal. So this is going to be important, especially for people who already have an Amazon business. I'm sort of just moving around, so because I'm actually doing some work while we're working together. Hey, what's going on, Will? Appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining. So I'm sort of addressing some of the hustlers who've been doing this for a while. But for those of you who are new, this could apply to you too. So just sort of follow along and learn. Uh, oh, thanks for recommending me to use FBM. Really powerful. Absolutely, absolutely. That's one of the things that really helped to level me up because it was just taking way too much time to send in shipments. Yeah, inventory's getting lost, stuff like that. It's taking forever. Is just crazy. So, but yeah, let me sort of just set the stage because this is super important. For those of you who have your Amazon business, there's a certain class, there's a certain category that I love to talk about. It's people like me, the ones who have been selling on Amazon for years and years and years and years, and they ain't never going nowhere. So if you're waiting on them to leave, it ain't gonna happen. You know what happens to those people? We look at them and we say, "Oh, look, they're consistent. They persevere. They never quit." And but then ask them about their numbers. If they're forthcoming with it, you might find that it's sort of like going to the gym. You ever go to the gym and you might see this person that's at the gym consistent all the time and their physique never changes. Like they never I don't know. They just never they never improve. So then you go, all right, all of this work that you're doing, what's it doing for you? So, you know, this is what I'm about to talk about really it really it's going to affect the people who are very much entrenched. They're not going anywhere, but they're not seeing their revenue increase. And this is important because if you follow my channel, I stayed around, you know, 15,000 a month, 10,000 a month, and I couldn't move. And something had to change. So if this is you, pay attention. There's only three things we're going to talk about real quick, and then I got to bounce. But like I said, if you're new and you're watching the replay, or if you're hanging out kind of in the back there, let me see who's out here. Let me take a look here. Okay. So we probably got maybe four people out there. Give me a like if you would for the algorithm. Appreciate it. But let me move this around. So number one, if you've been doing this for a while, this is very important. Deal with your current inventory or your current listings, because you might have listings out there on Amazon and there's no inventory, but it's out there. Deal with it. We spend a lot of time, looking for new products when we very well haven't even maximized what we could be doing with our current listings and inventory. This is going to be huge, guys. So you got to do this. When I started really, focusing on my current listings, my current inventory that I have, physical inventory, getting more aggressive, making sure I'm changing my prices. You've got to deal with your current inventory. This is a business, guys. And I'm glad I had somebody, you might have noticed on the last live, I had somebody asking me, hey, if, I think he said something like, hey, I heard other people are going to jump on your listings and take the price. That's going to happen. That's part of business. So learn to deal with it. That's one of the reasons my revenue increased. Now, this is a business, guys. You're going to have to learn how to be cool with 20%, margins, 20% ROI. You're going to have to learn how to be cool with that. The same way, Wall Street is cool with 10, maybe 15%. Understand, what you got going on. So look at your current inventory. Some of us got inventory sitting around, piled up, and if you've been doing this for a while, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. You got inventory that's sitting around. You ain't even been thinking about it. And you worried about some new inventory. So deal with that. Number two, this is serious, hustlers. You have got to keep stock. That is one of the things that really had me literally double my revenue, just making sure. And remember, this goes back to what you hear me preaching a lot. You got to start thinking like a manager and not so much like a hustler. Okay. Managers are forecasting. What do we need? Hustlers buy inventory, then run out of inventory. Then they go, oh, I'm out of inventory. And then they go replenish. Is that takes up too much time, man. You're losing way too much time. So you got to make sure you stay on top of your inventory. Now, a lot of times we will advise beginners to go wide and not so deep. But if you've been in this business for long enough, you know what products are going to sell. You're better at predicting, and you're not taking as much risk because you have the years. A lot of us have years of experience. So I don't want to hear it. And if you've been doing this, you're acing. Okay. You got to keep your stock. That is the lifeblood of your business. Okay. And then finally, look at products that you have sold in the past. I run a private group and they're all experienced mostly. And I'm constantly tugging at them and forcing them to think about the fact that they have forgotten more than a lot of people even know. You've got years of experience selling products. You are a merchant. You are a retailer. You got experience and you got to lean on that. You've got power in that experience. Look at the products you've sold in the past. That means go through some of you guys, you do not delete products out of you got listings that you're on and you have no inventory and you don't delete it. And people will tell you, well, you need to delete that. Well, I'm here to say, if you're like me and you don't, then hey, go through them. If you don't, delete those listings so that when you go into your inventory, you're looking at all this inventory and you don't even have any stock. That's good, because that forces you to look at products that you used to sell 2 years, 3 years ago. Don't you realize, you talk about other sellers who are price tanking. They're following other sellers and they're jumping on wherever other people go. That's where they go, and then they tank the price, and then they go to they've forgotten some of these products that we used to sell. Go back, and for a while you'll be able to sell them before they find you and tank the price. But that's part of how this business goes. A couple things before I go. Let's see. And then I'm gonna go over a couple things, but then there's one more thing I got to talk about real quick before I bounce. So make sure you remember you can text me. Text the words "working class hustler" to the number on your screen. No matter what it is, it's absolutely free. I work a full-time job like many of you. So if it takes me a little while to get to you, but I promise you, I will. Any of the hustlers, if you ever call me, please do the Working Class Hustler family a real service. Leave a comment and let them know that I will get back to you. I may not be able to do it right away, but I promise I will. I promise it'll be free, and I promise that I'll do the best I can to help you out. Make sure you sign up for the Snackfood Symposium. You guys know that is how I make my money. People got to eat, and I don't care what the market's doing. I don't care what Elon Musk is doing. I don't care what Doge is doing. I don't care I don't care about the fear mongering that's going on out here. I don't care, because when everybody is done, then they go eat. I've said it a million times. I'll never shut up about it. It's a non-negotiable. We have to eat. Learn the grocery and gourmet category, and you will always have sales. Like I said, I'm in a private group with people who do phenomenal numbers. But with me, because I sell food, you don't see a lot of this up and down. You see a lot of this. And then all I did was change some behaviors to raise it up to here, and it still just stays very consistent. So what I mean is, I used to consistently do 10,000, 12,000, 15,000. Now I consistently do 30,000. Oh, I see Karen's out there. Yep. Thanks. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Make sure I didn't forget anything. Oh, make sure you sign up. We got a brand new course out there. It's a free built out video course. We are adding modules as we go. That is beautiful, because you can be involved. Instead of me just throwing stuff at you, you get a chance to comment. Let me know what you want to know about as it pertains to the software tactical arbitrage. And I can literally build it out custom to your needs. If you let me know what you guys need. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep building on them. I got a couple of days off from my regular job. So over the next 2 days, I'm going to build out a couple more modules. So make sure you take advantage of that. I'm so happy to be able to provide that for you absolutely free. Be on the lookout. I will be promoting Three Coats Seller 365, because they, instead of just buying one software, they now have a whole suite, and it's at a very it's much cheaper price. So it's just so much value for the money. Um, and now there's one more thing, and I want you to really pay attention here. Uh, if you really want to level up your game, you got to watch out, hustlers. There's a monster that lives inside of you. It's called doubt. It's called fear. Okay. Learn to identify that monster. Call it out for what it is. Deal with it. I keep asking you guys, do you really want to win or just look good losing? You've got to do the work. And if you don't want to do it, don't do it. And quit talking to anybody you can get to listen to you talking about what you're going to do, because you ain't going to do it. And that's okay. But there is a lot of work to be done. But there's a monster. There's a monster that lives inside of you. It lives in me. And it still really rears its ugly head. Do you realize? Hold on a second. Because see, now I'm about to start hollering. Let me see here. You might be able to see my screen. You might not. Sometimes it. Wait, let me go. Let me switch to my other camera. There it is. That's where we are today. Okay. The point I'm making is this. I have literally doubled my revenue. And I could be doing my thing. You know, I'm a truck driver by trade. That means I'm driving around and I'm trapped in the cab of that truck with my thoughts. And do you know that the monster that is inside of me will start saying things like, you ain't gonna make it. Who do you think you are? You're never gonna get to that $1 million. You're never gonna get to 10,000 subscribers. Why are you doing this? Why are you going live every day when ain't hardly nobody coming out here and watching? But see, I realize and I recognize that is the monster that lives inside of me. And I call it out for what it is. And then I continue doing what I'm doing. Hey, what's up, Timmy? Appreciate you coming out, man. So listen, I was supposed to actually have I was supposed to meet with 3 Coats last week. The meeting never happened because they faked on me. So I'm supposed to meet with them tomorrow, because right now the only affiliate link I have is just for tactical arbitrage. But I want to have a meeting because I want to do this right. You know, I've been with this company for a long, long time. I go back with tactical arbitrage way before 3 Coats bought them. And the same with the software. What is it called? With the inventory lab. And so, honestly, I'll just be honest. I didn't think it was going to work out. And it turned out they've done so much. Hang in there. Tim, you're in my group anyway, my private group. So just hang tough. I'll get you that link. It'll probably be this week. I'm so excited because you got 10. Think about this. You're gonna have 10 different softwares in that suite. Well, what does that mean? That means we got more work to do. We got more modules to add to the free course. We got a lot. Okay. Yeah. Hang tough. Nepeto. We got a guy in the private group. That's what he's using. It's about the same. But let me say something about that. Now that you got me started on that, Tim. Software is great. You know, it's funny because I was just talking to my producer, Jim, about this. Okay. Software is great. And when it comes to software, and when you get inside my head, okay, what am I thinking? I think software is good. Software is a great tool, but at the same time, software ain't gonna do the work for you. And you can be great. There's so many people out here that know the software better than me. They just know they're always on the latest and the greatest and all the bells and the whistles. We got to do the work. At the end of the day, the software is a tool and we're using it. I'm not saying don't use it, I promote it, but know what it is. It is a tool and nothing more. So at the end of the day, you got to be getting to it. You got to be getting to the bag. So I'm gonna see if I can get some one last thing, as long as we're talking about the software. I'm gonna run a couple searches tonight so that when we come together tomorrow, hold on a second, let me look at something here. I'm gonna I want to see what YouTube is telling me as far as what's the best time that I should be out here. See, watch this. I'm gonna hold on. Can you see that right there? That's inside of my YouTube account. And they're telling me now today is what, Monday? So tomorrow's Tuesday. Look at the dark purple. They're saying 4 p.m. Most of you guys are out there. They're saying 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. So I'm either going to come out 4 p.m., 6 p.m., or 7 p.m. I don't know. What do you guys say about that? That's analytics for you. That's artificial intelligence telling me when is the best time for you. So now, what do you say about the best time for you? I don't know. To be 4, 6, or 7 tomorrow. But the point is this: I want. Hold on a second. I want to literally have some products that we could actually take action on. We got to roll up our sleeves, guys. We got to get to the bag. We got to stop messing around. Okay. We got to stop it with all these. Oh my God. All this content about potential, about what you could be doing and look at me. No, let's roll up our sleeves. Let's get to the bag right now. Empath Nurse says, do your lives get announced in advance somewhere? You're so awesome for paying things forward. Well, what can I say? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Are you subscribed? If you're subscribed to me, you will get a notice. YouTube isn't the best with that. But if you're subscribed to me, if you sign up for any of the free things, maybe if you sign up for the webinar, if you sign up for the free course, anything like that, then I'll have a way to contact you by email when I go live. So yeah, look at that. Plus, don't forget, make sure whoever you are, you got my number now. All right. Take that down. Text me. That way, if there's anything you need in particular, we can get you help. Because that's what this is all about. You're right. I do like to pay it forward because I don't know, for whatever reason, I'm just moved to do this. Let's see. Timmy says you're right about software being a tool that still requires us to put in the work. Years ago, I paid for the annual tactical arbitrage subscription and hardly used it. Lost hundreds by not using it, or lost dollars by not. Thank you for being transparent. We all do it, Tim. We all do it. I still do it. But you know, acknowledgement is the first step. So thank you, man. Okay, yeah, like I said, you know what? It'd be better if I could get the notification out there quicker. Then you guys have time. Okay, you said you're subscribed, but didn't see this live going until a few minutes ago. Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. So bear with me. I'm getting better though. I'm getting better. You know, I'm trying to get my little studio set up. You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. It's gonna be a minute, but hang tight. No, unfortunately, there's not an established schedule. Now, I will tell you this: I do work a regular job. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, and I have to leave for work around 2:30. So what I'll try to do, I usually try to go live right around 2. Yeah, that's what I try to do. But that doesn't always work. So I don't know why. I'll have to see. All right. All right. Let's see. All right, gang. I gotta go eat. I'm hungry. And be inspired. Remember, if you know, I'm not special, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. So if I can do this, you can do it. But remember, you know, we appreciate it. It's more for planning purposes because we don't want to miss you live if we can catch you. Absolutely. But remember, you guys, you're the ones that really rock with me. This is huge. You're the ones that really rock with me. So what'll eventually happen is we'll probably, you know, don't be surprised if we end up kind of developing a schedule around what works for you. Of course, we got to look at what works for me because I work, but you know, we'll get it together. I can tell you this: I feel great about how this is going. You guys give me the energy to keep on doing this. I can tell you, you know, I'm right around 30,000. I'm about to raise that up to about 35 because I already know one. See, this is the thing, guys, and I keep saying this. What we want when we're out here consuming all of this information, what we really want, we want all the answers. We want somebody to say, okay, this is what you do. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do that. Listen, if you really gonna step your game up when you start learning how to think and how to behave like a business and like a manager. It's the old adage, and it ain't nothing gonna change. You buy low, you sell high. You're gonna learn what products to sell. You're gonna learn what categories you like to work in. And then you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna master. You're literally gonna master those categories. It's gonna happen. But the thing of it is once you learn that, that's the easy part. You'll hear people saying, oh, buying and selling is the easy part. It really is. The successful businesses are the ones who know how to manage. Manage what? Manage cash flow, because I'm here to tell you, when you start really making money, There's a video I just did. There's a video I just did about cash flow. There's money going out, there's money coming in, and the money going out always goes faster than the money coming back in. Oh, and another thing, I know I keep telling y'all I'm gonna leave, and then I never go nowhere. Let's see. When we start getting more people, I'll start doing raffles. I used to raffle stuff like this off: t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, books, things like that. It's a lot of fun. And it's just another way for me to give back and make it a little exciting. So that's why I got this hanging here so I don't forget. Well, all right, hustlers, I gotta wrap it up. So rock with me tomorrow. I will try to get notification out earlier. I know. You're right. I got this weird life. So just keep rocking with me. I'm gonna get it right. I love you, bro. No, I do not have Instagram. I do have Facebook, but I don't know how to use it. I gotta you say put up when you say put up a story, or where I'm from, we call it a story, where I can put up a Instagram story or Facebook story. I'll figure it out. If you think that would be beneficial, I could probably get some more people. Maybe I could study how to bring people from Instagram and Facebook over to YouTube. I don't know. I think that's a strategy. But look for me tomorrow. And what we're going to do is we're going to get back to the bag. We got to roll our sleeves up. We got to find, hey, between Tim and between Empath Nurse, of course, Karen, if there's a category you want me to search, to run a search on, that way we can look at the items you want, because I'm by default I'm always going to look at grocery. Empath Nurse says YouTube tutorial, it helps drive traffic and lets us know you're here. Okay. Tell you what, Tim, you can either text me, Empath Nurse, you got my number now. If you guys want to let me know when you get around to it, what categories or what stores you want me to run the search on, we can do that. And then I can see what we can find, and we can talk some more about theory, because theory is fun when you roll your sleeves up and do the work. You got to do the work too. But all right, same to you guys. I'm out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you all. Bye, Machine. I'm out.